kid from Gainesville, Florida. This pitch, a little elevated, but Paris Wiggs is hot. Drives this to shallow left field. She hit .434 in the tournament, 10 for 23. So that momentum that she had is definitely already translated into her first at bat, swinging early and getting that hit.
Yeah, it certainly is. Just one down. And making some contact. That's Hitchcock. And the double play by the Gators. They get out of it. A quick start for Florida.
Wiggs starts it off with a single, but it's for the Gators.
See what she can do. It's a confident Mercer team coming in. I mean, coming off of that stretch that we talked about, them taking the SoCon tournament and maybe putting it together at just the right time. At their first time in the NCAA tournament, just one of 5 teams making their debut this year. No postseason last year.
We're in history.
Yes,
we're
that's right.
Actually living through history
Yep.
with Mercer and Lindsay Fico clinching her first postseason berth.
She said just it's all come full circle for her, and again playing here and coaching at Santa Fe College, which was also a junior college in Gainesville, and now bringing this team here. That one popped up foul for Kendra Falby, senior out of Odessa, Florida. 82 hits, leading the team also in batting average at .439. 10th most in school history. She talked about her conditioning and the focus that this team wanted. And it's all for June, all the hard work that they've put in. They want to be back to the College World Series. Made their way there for the 12th time last year.
That's their motto this year. If you look at their BP shirts, on the back it has a target and it says all for June. And at the College World Series, what month does it happen in, Krista?
I believe it's June, and that is the goal, no doubt. Slaps this one over to Dorval, makes the play for out number 1.
Falby slapping this one right to Dorval. Perfect placing for her at shortstop to be able to take that hit away from Falby, knowing her speed. She was pinched in to home plate.
Yep, she played that one perfectly. Taylor Shoemaker, freshman out of Fullerton, California. First team All SEC. What a first year she's had. Got a chance to talk with her yesterday as well. She talked about not thinking about the postseason and hyping it up so much. Just trying to play and have fun. Not making it too big.
Yeah, we had a panel full of all essentially people who have already been there, and Taylor Shoemaker, probably the only freshman in the lineup who has a freshman record for RBIs and doubles in 76 and 17. I asked her what it felt like going into postseason and what her teammates were telling her about the experience as she fouls this one away. And just like you said, Krista, she said it's easy to make the game feel more overwhelming than it actually is when you let the intensity get to you during postseason. But she's always felt the pressure to continue to perform at her highest, even in those high pressure situations. And then we turned around and asked Coach Walton about what he thought. He said she was groomed for this. Came from the right organization that helped her in developing that confidence and how she can perform under pressure, and she's been doing just that.
Yeah, he was not surprised whatsoever. Coach Tim Walton, your former coach here at Florida, in his 20th season, 1,023 wins here with the Gators. Pitch just inside for Pitts, and it's a full count to Shoemaker. led the SEC with 76 RBIs, 4th in the nation. And makes contact here, sends it out. Langford at center field, though, makes the play for out number 2. Good contact, though, by Shoemaker.
I'll take that if I'm Pitts in the circle.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot go out at this park by the mercy of Taylor Shoemaker. So I'm taking that deep fly ball in center field if I can get her to hit a ball and drive it into somebody's glove.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. So with 2 down, Jocelyn Erickson steps up for the Gators. Junior catcher. Inside pitch, got every bit of it. Sends it completely out of the park.
Well, if I'm Erickson, I have steam fuming throughout my body, I don't know. I just feel the fact that she got SEC Player of the Year last year and no SEC accolades this year, I'm walking around with a chip on my shoulder. You think about Jocelyn Erickson, you think about power, you think about how she's able to command a field behind the plate, what she's able to do on the field in the box, and I'm taking it personal.
Yeah, I think she completely would agree with you on that. And I mean, her numbers in some areas may be down just a little bit, but still really impressive as she pops this one up, and tough to handle at first. Full sun. That's Jones not able to get that one done. So another chance for Jocelyn Erickson.
Seen a few plays here on the first base foul line. Some mishaps over there. The sun getting into some players' eyes. Don't think she liked that one. Don't want to give these Gator hitters an extra out that you might have been able to get.
And you certainly don't. Erickson decides to go the opposite direction. Harris in left field, though, gets it done. 3 up and 3 down for Hannah Pitts and Georgia. She said lots of fans here. It's about 250 miles away if you're driving from Gainesville. And getting a hold of that, but not keeping it fair. Grace Jones to the plate. Both teams' defenses 3 up, 3 down in their first at-bats. Here's Grace Jones, freshman from Jacksonville, Florida. She was a big reason this team won the conference tournament. A 3-run triple. They were down 5-0 in their first game against Chattanooga and forced the winner-take-all title game.
And Hammock, that drop ball that just has some tail to the outer half. We talked about it earlier. Just has a ton of spin.
First strikeout of the ball game. And got Jones looking. Kiki Daniels up for Mercer. Freshman catcher.
These two back-to-back really did some damage in the tournament. Kiki Daniels, then Grace Jones, who just struck out looking, accounted for 26 RBIs in the tournament. Had a really good week last week in those 8 games that they played. Out of the 65 runs that they scored in those 8 games, almost half of them were by Kiki Daniels and Grace Jones.
Yeah, Daniels' RBI numbers were remarkable. She had 15 RBIs in the conference tournament alone and only had 20 prior to that, so she's starting to really find it at the right time. She'll take the walk as well. So 1 down, Daniels on first. And Sydney Harris will step up. One of 7 seniors for the Mercer Bears. her first year with the team, transferred from Northern Alabama. Played the junior college ranks prior to that. She was an All-American at Georgia Southern.
Didn't have a great March, went 0 for 12 that month, but has since picked it back up.
One at a time. You got it. You got it. You work 9. You work 9.
Fouls that one back for strike 2. Hammock just missing the outside corner. 2-2 to Sydney Harris.
You work. You work. You work 6.
And a dribbler. Halen trying to make it, but can't. Too much speed from Harris, and she moves Daniels to second.
And the speed of Harris chops this one right into the ground, right in front of the plate. Bounces more than once. Usually has a slapper. It's an automatic base for you. Cahalan just plays this too far back on a hop. Got to be able to charge it a little bit more to be able to get that out.
They're going to give
They called her stepping out of the box.
I believe they did. We'll have to see, but they definitely have called her out. Oh, and then hit by the pitch. Hannah Rivers. And stepping on the line, yeah. Let's see.
Yep, Harris, even if your pinky toe is outside of that white chalk line, you will be called out. Granted, the umpire has to see it first.
Yeah, exactly. So Hannah Rivers hit by the pitch. She makes her way to first. Emma Dorval up for Mercer. With Kiki Daniels on second. Dorval, the senior from Surrey, British Columbia.
This is a Mercer team that is heavily recruited from Florida. 12 Floridians on this Bears roster. I asked Coach Fico about that. She said that the Florida roots run strong.
That's right. She says, I know where to find the players.
She does. Gave lessons to Paris Wiggs back in the day before she started coaching. Has a connection there, being in Gainesville for so long.
Popping this one up, and out of play. Dorval gets another chance. Received the SoCon Pinnacle Award this year, the highest GPA on the title-winning team, and an all-conference member last year. Inside pitch, gets a hold of it, but a line shot out to left, and Otis is right there for out number 3. Gators will get their bats going, heading into third after this.
There's more seating, more people able to come watch the games. It's about that time, getting a little crispy outside.
I know. Fans have been great, and talking with the team yesterday, and they just said they have made such a difference, really gotten behind this group as they've started to put it together, finishing tied for 5th in the SEC. Reagan Walsh to the plate, senior out of Redondo Beach, California. It's a full house. I love it. And why not? Impressive what all these teams have done all year. Hard shot to first. And making the play is Jones. Out number 1.
Pitt's doing a good job retiring 4 of the last 4. 2 ground outs, 2 fly outs. Doing it in different ways. I'm really confident stepping up to the mound every single time.
Sophomore Mia Williams takes the first one and fouls it back. Windermere, Florida, leads the team in home runs. She's got 19 of them on the season.
A big change from last year. Mia Williams, watching a lot more video this year, but she said the real change was in between her ears. She had to get mentally tougher. She just had to be better overall with her mental game, and she jumped nearly 100 points from last year. A ton more home runs. 3 home runs away from tying the school record in home runs for a single season.
And now hit by the pitch. She'll make her way to first. Yeah, a lot of these athletes have talked about the mental part of the game and their focus and what they've had to do to work together. There's your dad. You might know of him. Dad Jason played 13 seasons in the NBA. He was an impressive ball handler. So 1 out and 1 on brings up Ava Brown. Ava also a pitcher for the Gators. Hits. The 1-1 count to Ava Brown. Ava Brown, another player talking about working on her breathing techniques and details to help her game, especially at the plate. As she gets underneath this one, and too far back was Langford. It will drop in, and Williams makes her way to second. Ava Brown getting it done.
And I don't care what it looks like on the score sheet, it counts as a hit. She moves the runner up 60 feet. And like you said, Langford a little bit too far back, couldn't handle that in no man's land. But Ava Brown has been really hot, hitting nearly 400 in her last 10 at bats. So really seeing the ball pretty well.
Brings up Corby Otis, senior from Littleton, Colorado. Transferred a couple seasons ago from Louisville. Tries to lay the bunt down, fouls it away. Otis already graduating in this month of May with a biology degree.
See that patch on her right shoulder. Very decorated uniform.
Yeah.
The graduate.
Yep. She's got some power, 5 home runs on the season. There's the patch. Inside pitch. Gets a hold of it. And it goes foul, but good contact by Otis. Crowd liked it.
Yeah, that was a shot, to say the least.
Yep.
I think off the bat, I definitely thought it was going to stay in. This pitch nearly at her shoulders, and she just turns and burns. She uses the ground really well in her swing, gets a lot of power behind the ball. But this one just wrapped around a little bit too much to foul territory.
Fouls this one back. 1-2 count. Corby Otis.
Corby, I think as of recently, we've known her for the walk-offs that she's had. The grand slam that she had versus Alabama and the walk-off versus Arkansas.
Yeah.
Does really well with runners in scoring position.
Hard shot to Hedgecock, making the play, scooped it up. Not an easy one, but the runners will advance.
Really good job by Pitts to get her to ground out right after that long strike. Hedgecock, really good play to her left, getting an out, securing another one, now 2 for the Mercer Bears. We talked about her in the open and how valuable she is on offense, but brings that same energy on the other side of the diamond on defense.
Yeah, she's complete leader for this team. In the field and at the plate, in the dugout. Kinley Cahalan, 2 down and 2 on. Lets that one go by for strike 1. Transfer from Alabama, her first year with this team. Pitts just misses outside. Dugout getting their groove on. Trying to keep this rally going. 2 down.
I think Pitts is doing a really good job at moving the ball, throwing that screwball, mixing it up with the curve and the rise. Getting people to miss hit, swing through.
Halen watches that one for strike 2.
And double guess.
Yes. Full count. 2 down. Mercer trying to get out of this one. And the walk instead. Now bases loaded. Florida Gators with bases loaded. They've done some damage. 10 grand slams on the season. There's Riley Holtorf. She has 5 homers. Transfer from Washington. Her first season with the Gators. Graduated early, 3 years from UW.
Coach Wallen had 2 shortstops transfer in this year. Just saw Kenley Cahalan, who walked the previous at-bat, came in from Alabama as a shortstop. As Coach Wallen got wind that she played third base a little bit in high school, he said, okay, I'll take both shortstops. I'm going to move Kenley Cahalan to third base, give her some time over there. Said she's done a phenomenal job, taking away a lot of hits, saved a lot of ball games with what she's done over there in the hot corner. But Riley Holtorf holding it down in the middle infield. Hasn't started off so hot in May, hitting .067 out of 15 at-bats, but in April did pretty well, in just over 350.
Yeah, I mean, he said she's been kind of a fire starter at the bottom of the lineup. Maybe found the spot that she likes. See what she can do here. 5 home runs on the year.
You say found, but I think the computer found this one.
I think you're right. Gets underneath it, pops it out to left, and that one won't stay inside the lines. Yeah, and talking with Coach Walton, he talked about the formula, the stats formula that they've looked at to figure out where the best lineups would be against their opponents, their pitchers.
He said within the past few years he's implemented this in different parts of the year, but it's nothing new, because even when I played at Florida, he would look at the numbers and, you know, I would hit my best in the 7th spot, and that's where he put me. So he's always looked at the numbers. But within recent years, there's a formula, there's a software that he's using to be able to determine how to score the most runs based off of what these players are doing in the lineup and being able to put them together to be able to do some damage.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 1-2 count. Underneath it, sent out to center field, and Langford there to make the play. 3 left overall. So tough and competitive, breaking a record this year. 14 teams from the SEC into the NCAA tournament.
That sounds about right.
Yep, sounds about right.
Typically see all of the schools from the SEC go into the NCAA tournament, but then with the addition of OU and Texas, the 1-2 punch in the polls nearly the whole entire season, bound to break a record there with all the SEC team schools, going into the postseason tournament.
And there you see the numbers, 14 from the SEC, 9 from the ACC, Big 10, Big 12 following, and then the American. Saw the American represented in our game 1, the win in extra innings to Florida Atlantic. And there's the SEC championships.
We had 2 AAC wins
South
in extra
Florida
innings
as well, Laura Vigna up, the senior from Italy, and the transfer a couple seasons ago from Florida Southwestern. It's been a nice pipeline for Coach Fico, the junior college route. Courtney Gittens, her pitching coach, finished at Alabama but started in the junior college ranks. Has a lot of connections and ties as Otis out and left makes the play for out number 1. Top of the lineup for the Bears, Hallie Langford. Another chance. Takes the first one, finds the gap, and the base hit for Langford, a much better at bat than her first.
I love how she just hunts the first pitch, sees it over the plate, tails a little bit to the outer half, but still on the white, waits for it, stays back, gets her hands inside, drives it through the hole between short and third. That's what she does. Langford sets the table, putting her oven mitt on, a protective gear for her hands, ready to go and take a base if needed. She has plus speed with 26 on the year, only getting thrown out 1 time.
Yeah, she's been really using her speed and ability, leads the team in the stolen bases. Also in hits, though. That was her 67th there to get her on first. See if she uses the speed as well.
Don't see a ton of people try to run on Jocelyn Erickson, but Langford, a lot of speed over there, 26 stolen bases, hit stat line that you mentioned earlier.
And a walk for Paris Wiggs. So runners on first and second.
And that's going to be something that Kara Hammock has to clean up to be successful throughout the course of not only this game, but the rest of postseason. In the 58.1 innings pitched coming into this game, she has 45 walks and 13 hit by pitches. So giving up those free passes has been an issue with her throughout the course of this year, despite the success that she's had in her graduate season.
Already Coach Steph going out to the circle to talk with Kara Hammock, former head coach at Memphis. Spent a lot of years at Alabama. Got a national championship while there. So see if Hammock can settle down and find the spots. 1 away and 2 on. Brings up Tori Hedgecock, lets the first one go for strike 1. Just missing outside with that one. Hitchcock talks about this team, how selfless they've been, how they've been able to turn things around from last year. And that one maybe off the ankle or off her arm. Appears to be okay. And some others warming up. Eva Brown, Olivia Miller in the Florida bullpen. Inside, pulls that one foul.
In the absence of Keegan Rothrock earlier this season, the rest of the staff has been able to get some experience under their belt, be able to throw the top-ranked opponents.
Hard shot to second. Williams there to make the diving out and play. That's a big play, and it holds the runners on first and second.
This ball squared away through the middle of the field. Mia Williams dives up the middle and in to grab this ball. And she got her athleticism. They usually say from your mama, but she got it from her dad.
Well, maybe mom gave her a little something there.
That she did.
Impressive, right?
For sure.
And her mom, an All-American javelin thrower here at Florida. Nonetheless, big play by Williams.
Athletic family.
Yep.
Love to see it. Genes passed down, showing out in a parents' alma mater.
So fun.
And a lot of pride.
She's a competitor, no doubt. It was fun talking with her yesterday. Get a chance to catch up with the head coach, Lindsay Fico, next inning. See how she's feeling about this. Team holding tough. In a good spot. Strikeout in the first at bat for Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, one of those two-way players, has some innings on the year, but really found her spot in the lineup at first base.
Part of the SoCon freshman team, and talked with her, and she talked about just how much her confidence, she feels so much more confident as the season's gone along. Is this one the opposite way, and just not able to get there was Otis.
Her swing kind of reminds me of Sydney McKinney's swing, who graduated from Wichita State last year and did really, really well for them. The way that she steps early, but then loads late, but then just drives her back hip into the ball. The power in her swing.
Take the walk now. And bases loaded for Mercer. And already Coach Walton has seen enough. He's going to make a change in the circle. A tough start for Kara Hammock. Her third walk today and the second this inning. We'll take a timeout Ava Brown going to make her way to the circle with bases loaded and 2 down here in Gainesville.
She does it with her bat, 8 home runs and 81 at bat. She goes for the long ball. She puts barrel to ball. A lot of energy. Ava Brown is looked to be able to stop the bleeding against these Mercer Bears.
She'll go in, she warms up, even if coach tells her not to, but just a sophomore out of Montgomery, Texas. What will we see from her?
Ava Brown, you'll see a lot of fly ball outs, does throw some off speed, a ton of spin. That screwball rise ball combo has 3 different speeds. You'll see her move the ball around the zone. Pitches the contact, but a lot of confidence in the circle. You know what? My most favorite thing about Ava Brown used to be how she celebrated all the small victories. And in talking to her yesterday, she said, you know, I used to celebrate everything, but now I've had to learn how to control my heartbeat, because while I did good last year, I feel like I wasn't at my best.
Yeah.
And to be able to control the tempo that my heart beat at and my emotions in those big moments is what's going to separate her, she feels like.
Yeah, she's got a good communication with the infield as well, the corners. So it's important for her to talk with them. She said it's better to kind of look at my team and say it's 9v1, not just 1v1 when I'm out there. Kiki Daniels, 0-2 count, and Brown just missing. The bases loaded. An opportunity set for Mercer. Daniels can do something here. Stays alive, fouls that one away.
Wonder if her ankle's okay. No protective gear on there.
Yeah. Kind of a rarity these days.
You always see the armor. It's almost like full body armor that they're wearing, from the ankles to the helmet.
And again, continuing to make Brown pitch. So the bases loaded. Langford at third, Wiggs at second, and Jones on first. Inside pitch, got jammed just a little bit, trying to find an opening, but instead, it's Otis making the play. 3 left on for the Mercer Bears. Big D as Brown came into the... What are you liking about what's happened so far?
I like, exactly what we asked our kids to do is just to stay in the moment and enjoy the moment, but not let it get too big. And they're doing a really, really good job of that. So that, on a stage like this for the first time in program history, that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, and you're looking really good doing it. Had that switch, you guys knocked Kara Hammock off the mound. Look really comfortable at the plate. How are you going to adjust to Ava Brown now in the circle?
I trust my staff and I trust what we've done in film and all of that. So we're just going to lean on that. We're going to take it one pitch at a time and just keep going.
All right, Coach. Glad to see you back here in Gainesville. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you. Go Bears.
Thanks, Coach.
She's a Bears fan now, though. Playing here at Florida, but she said, full circle coming around, and what she's doing with this Mercer group, they believe they have all bought in her 4th season. See if the Gators get the bats going. Top of the lineup. Wow. Major pull there by Falby. Hannah Pitts in the circle. Had 3 up, 3 down in the first start of things for the Gators. So Falby trying to get the bat going.
Falby's one of those players that just have so many different tools. They're still playing her pitch to at shortstop on the left side of the field, but Falby has power. She has some pop to her bat as well. She could swing away and put something through. Seen her hit a home run this year.
Yeah, she's got a couple of them on the season. That's a tough player to defend as to how much room do you give her out there.
When you have a shortstop playing in like that, you're giving them up the middle.
Yep, you're right about that. Following it up. Oh, so close to making the play, but Hitchcock, not quite enough room. '50th pitch for Hannah Pitts. On a 2-2 count. Missing outside, full count. And she'll take the walk. Good patience by Kendra Falby to lead things off.
As they clap it up in the dugout. Kendra Falby, not a stranger to walks, not a stranger to hits, not a stranger to a good old-fashioned stolen base.
Yep, very capable. 35 of them on the season. Leads the team. Here's Shoemaker. Here are the numbers for her stolen bases. One scored. Shoemaker has some power as well.
Falby's hungry for a stolen base, just 3 away from setting a record in career stolen bases.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's able to get that, if her team can hang on here throughout this regional. Pitts just outside, 2-1 count. Dorval coming up, little pep talk. Connects with that one, and she knew it right off the bat. 2-run shot out to center field. And that'll get the Gators on the board first. 19th homer of the season for Taylor Shoemaker. That gets the crowd into it as well.
And she gets the home run chain. Taylor Shoemaker, we've seen it before. Now only 1 home run shy of setting a freshman record. She doesn't even get all of this, but she's so strong that she muscles through and drives this ball to the flag pole out in right center field. Taylor Shoemaker, we've seen it all. All field, she's able to spray the ball.
She's got the chain. You get the bling when you do things like that. It ties the freshman record. Her 19th home run. There's a hard shot into the gap for Erickson. Bats are warming up for the Gators with nobody out.
Hitting is contagious. Erickson going after the first pitch of this at-bat. Probably not loving the way her last one ended up, but being aggressive, and it paid off.
Well, when we spoke with Coach Walton yesterday, he said, we have to come out early. He wanted to generate some offense quickly. He said, offense is contagious, and we're starting to see it right here. As that one's popped up, oh, and the communication. Not able to hear one another. And that is unfortunate. Daniels, the catcher, and Jones at first colliding. And thankfully, both are up. And The catch made, but Erickson tagged up. Oh, wow, that's a tough collision, Alicia.
That was just full body to body. They both have to sit there for a second just to make sure they're okay. I'm sure it hurt a ton. Taking the time that they need in order to recover after that. A collision is no easy thing to get up from, but I'm glad they got up quickly, which means that they're somewhat okay, but probably knocked the breath out of them a little bit.
Yep.
I think the commitment from Grace Jones here, able to save runner from getting on base.
Just a scary play, and glad to see them both up. Coach Fico out talking with them, trying to reset.
It's a communication aspect. This is a tough environment. We said it last game with the Heat, but I'm going to say it again today because of just the level of audio that you hear on the field. You got fans cheering, you got the music blasting. First time in a regional, so can't say that they're used to this environment, but they're learning really quickly. I think that's just a communication piece for the Mercer Bears, but I think they're going to figure it out.
So, Daniels coming over, wow. Just full collision, and coming up with the catch was Jones, and then Erickson, though, tagging and making her way to second. So just one down, and Erickson on second. Here's Mia Williams. Glad to see both players still able to be out there, though, for Mercer. Pitts, off speed, just missing for ball two.
I think earlier in the season, Mia Williams was one of those players that kind of went under the radar with how many home runs that she was hitting. And Shoemaker next to her, the freshman, just coming out hot from travel ball from high school and just making a name for herself. Meanwhile, Mia was racking up her home runs and just
slowly
hitting the long ball.
Slowly sending them out and quietly getting it done.
Like the silent assassin earlier this year.
She's got 19 of them. Second in the SEC, 19th in the nation. Speed, fouls that one back. Full count. Williams. Some sunflowers in the dugout. 14 batters for Pitts and 5 full counts. Off speed and gets Williams to pop this up. And just tough positioning for Daniels. You could see she got turned around a bit, and the spin on the ball as Pitts was trying to come in, but couldn't quite get there.
And a really good job by Pitts, getting Mia Williams to get out front of this. Drives it straight up in the air. Daniels couldn't handle it. We talked about the wind being a factor earlier today. Might have been again in this last foul ball by Williams.
Full count. And a hard shot. Keeps it fair. That's going to bring Erickson around. And she will score. Williams with the double. Her 9th on the season. And give her an RBI to go with it. Gators fans on their feet, loving it.
And a new life by Mia Williams. Taking this pitch lower in the zone, drives it down the foul line on the third base side. Gets another RBI for the Gators. Hitchcock couldn't get her glove on it. Really hard hit. Took advantage of that new life.
So Erickson across, and Mercer will make a change in the circle. Hannah Pitts will leave the game. Grace Taylor will make her way out there to warm up. We'll take the timeout. 3-0 lead for Florida.
Locates really well. She could throw her off speed in any count. You see that screw drop and curve combo from her.
And now facing Ava Brown, who made her way to the circle for the Gators. Now at bat. Yeah, I loved when we talked with Grace Taylor. She talked about putting in so many innings in the conference tournament. Said she really didn't feel anything after a certain point, but it also took a lot of biofreeze. She was definitely working the biofreeze.
Yep, biofreeze, Voltaren, ibuprofen, you name it.
Name it.
It's in a pitcher's bag.
Playing that one foul. Brown sends that one down the left field line. Single in her first at bat. Gets underneath this one and making the play. Hannah Rivers at second. And we get a chance to catch up with head coach Tim Walton next inning. Got to be a little happier with what he's seeing here as of late. His team got out of a tough jam earlier. Two away, and the runner Williams on second. There's Corby Otis. Senior from Littleton, Colorado. These teams met up in the regular season last year. Florida got the 10-2 win over Mercer. Mercer was here in Gainesville. She was in that one. Six starters back from last year's Women's College World Series team. What a win that was. 12th appearance there. (3-1) the count to Otis. And the walk for Otis. With two down, Gators doing damage with 2 outs.
That was a tough pitch that could have gone either way. Don't want to give Corby Otis too much to hit, especially with runners in scoring position. Really comfortable in that spot. Seen it time and time again throughout the year.
So 2 on and 2 away. Here's Kinley Cahalan. Walked in her first at bat. Watches that one for strike one. Outside for ball 2.
Taylor trying to get 2 balls off, get that same call that she just got with that screwball in the outer half. A bit too much sweep.
Hard shot there down the first base line. And one will score and they'll hold up Otis at third, but the double for Cahalan, her 10th on the season. And the RBI as well as Williams came across.
And the Alabama transfer, a ton of pull side power, drives. This ball to the right field foul line, gets Williams into home plate. Another RBI for the Florida Gators. Another run on the board, and you see her bump her fist at the second base, the double celly.
Yep.
I love to see it. A lot of individuality, a lot of personality that these teams have to keep it fun.
They really do. That's been a theme. It really has been with all 4 teams. To relax, have fun, enjoy the moment. And the bunt laid down. And it works. It brings Corbiotis across, and the Bounds make more noise. Cahalan makes her way to third.
Holtorf with this sneaky bunt. Never see it coming because of how late she squares up. And Hedgecock is playing by third base, so there's no shot there. Riley Holtorf with some speed is able to leg that out. But not only that, she's able to get Otis to cross the plate for another run by the Florida Gators.
So, with 2 away, back to the top of the lineup, and the runner will go. Holtorf to second.
You can tell they're trying to go home and put some food in their stomachs and get a good night's rest before tomorrow.
Falvey got the walk this inning. She started things off. We're back up and around to her. Big third for the Gators. Chopper to Rivers, over to first, and that will do it.
Us out here, this is their first time, playing in a regional. So I don't think we had nerves. I think overall, as the camera guy goes by us again here, I think overall they did a good job, made some good pitches. We were a little bit late in the first inning, and then offensively they're just scrapping and getting on base, and they've had a really good year, and they do that all year long.
Yeah, and you guys seem to have a really good third inning, putting some runs up on the board. Ava Brown coming in for Kara Hammock. She's been doing really well in relief. What have you seen from her late in the season this year?
Yeah, obviously Ava's a very good competitor for us, changes speeds and eye levels really well. Only reason we've been really using her in relief lately is just haven't gone very deep in our starts. And so, having the ability for Ava to come in and, pitch a game on Friday and then throw it again on Sunday, it's a good combination to have for sure.
Well, Coach, the fans are loving it, and so are we. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Go
Gators. Appreciate it. These fans are starting to cheer and make some noise here at the home field. Katie Seashell Presley Stadium, 2-time national champs. Coach Walton in his 20th season here, 1,023 wins. You played for him. He talked about you. He said you were like 3 players in one, Alicia. What was it like playing for Coach Walton?
It was great. I mean, I think I struggled a little bit at first, just getting used to the game and how fast-paced that it was in college. But Coach Walton is the best coach I've ever played for, aside from Jen Rocha. I mean, Coach Walton is just so meticulous about everything that he does on the softball field, about how he teaches, and I think he's a great players coach, and he's able to adjust to what the player needs and how they learn, and I appreciated that out of him.
I know Lindsay Fico, the head coach for Mercer, who played for him, also she said, he has such an attention to details like no other, and she said he could see things happen before they would even happen, it seemed.
He did. And one thing about him is don't make the same mistake twice. That's why he's had so much success throughout the years, is he holds that higher standard, and those little things matter.
Sydney Harris pops this one up and making the play. That's Falvey at center. Put a little extra something out there as well. Okay.
Love it. Wearing sunflowers on a Friday.
Yeah.
You'll typically see the Gators wear their sunflowers on Saturday to raise awareness for pediatric cancer.
I love it. Bringing them early in this one to kick off the regional. Hannah Rivers up for Mercer. Hit in her first at bat. And the swing and the miss for strike one.
That off speed just climbs down the ladder, pulls the string on it. It's a gravity ball. Throw it slow with some spin. It's going to move more than you probably think it is just because of getting pulled down to the ground. That's a dirty pitch.
Rivers first go against Ava Brown as Kara Hammock had gotten the start for the Gators, and the strikeout. First of the game for Ava Brown. And the Women's College World Series returns to Oklahoma City. Action begins Thursday, May 29th, 2 o'clock Eastern. Live on ESPN. More information on this World Series to go to the NCAA.com, official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Going to be a fun time in Oklahoma City, but there's a lot of incredible softball before we get to that point. Hard shot from Dorval and taken care of. Get the bats going like they did last inning. It was Ole Miss that knocked him off in the SEC tournament. It was a close one, though. They had tied it up, and then extra innings. Ole Miss knocking him out of that, but some time to get back home to the home field.
Probably not their funnest moments.
Nope. Because then it's all about practice, right?
Yeah, that was what they said, and I've experienced it as well. These practices are harder than the game.
A tough play as Shoemaker sent it just past Dorval, but she gets it done.
Shoemaker again mishitting Mercer pitcher. Dorval runs a far length, grabs this over her shoulder. You gotta have some athleticism and some focus for that one. Really good play by Dorval at second base. That's not an easy one to track it down, but to also keep your eye and your glove on it.
Yeah, you're right about that. So one away, brings up Jocelyn Erickson. Scored at last inning, also had the single. Off speed from Taylor. Strike one. Erickson with 14 home runs this year, 52 RBIs. Florida's been very patient, but they've also been ready to take the first pitch and swing at it as well. I think they've been really super focused, it seems, at the plate with their bats as of late. So the walk for Erickson. With one away. Going to bring up Reagan Walsh. Dugout.
Erickson, an extremely patient hitter, leading the team in walks. Or at least tied now with Corby Otis, who was leading coming into this game.
Yeah.
Both with 43 on the season. Next up, to put into perspective, is Shoemaker with 29.
Right, that's a big differential. Reagan Walsh lets that one go. Strike one. Senior from Redondo Beach, California, first team All-SEC member for the second year in a row. took on first base this year. Coach Walton said she'd be my most improved player, taking on a completely different position and role.
Reagan Walsh was another player who got recruited to play shortstop, and you'll see that a lot in travel ball. 5 shortstops going to the same school, but obviously not everyone's going to be able to be the starter. As she hits this one foul, but that's what these higher level schools want, is they want athleticism on their field. They want to be able to utilize different bats in the lineup. If you have to learn a new position, if you have to go from shortstop to second base to first base like Reagan Walsh has done in her career, to keep your bat in the lineup, and that's what's going to happen.
You got that right. That'll keep you in the lineup as well. She finds the gap. And the base hit for Walsh, her first of the game, and moves Erickson to second.
Good job by Reagan Walsh getting her foot down on time. This pitch low and out. Gets her barrel down. Doesn't do too much. Pokes it through the 5-6 hole, and another Gator batter on the base path.
Mia Williams up. Doubled in her last at bat. Doesn't waste any time. Finds the gap out in left center. 2 runs will score. The RBI double, back-to-back doubles for Jason Williams' daughter, Mia.
Mia is just a dog. She leads the team in slugging, extra base hits, takes this pitch and drives her hips, get her hands behind the ball. Left center field is where she takes it, giving herself some more RBIs. This Gators team is all gas, no brakes.
10th double on the season, and racking up the RBIs as well, as Mercer coaching staff going to bring it together, try to settle the team down.
I just love the excitement that Coach Walton had after sending 2 Gators around a home plate. Looked back up at Mia, came back up to third base, and gave her a big smile and a big clap.
It's fun to see that he still loves it so much. So much action across the nation. The Knoxville Regional, that one's in the books for the day. Ohio State and Tennessee getting the wins today, and then it'll be Miami and North Carolina facing off. They'll have to dig their way out of that one. So, changes being made. Gabby Ellis making her way to the circle for the Mercer Bears, sophomore right-handed pitcher. Most innings pitched for the Bears, 105 of them. See if she can get her team back in it. And you see the numbers for Gabby Ellis, 10-5 record. Sophomore from Green Cove Springs, Florida.
Ellis going to throw in the mid-60s. Has to command her pitches to be successful. Has a dirty changeup that we'll see today. Already doubled her innings from last year, but another Bear who's battling injury on the mound. Seems to be okay. Talk to Courtney Gettins, the pitching coach for Mercer, as we look at this huge hat.
I love the big hats. I love the big hats. Gators fans are bringing it.
They are. They're coming with the heat. Literally.
Well, the bats have been going with just 1 out. Mia Williams on second. Ava Brown will come to the plate to face the new pitcher, and there are some Gator hats right there, Alicia.
They are loyal. They've been here since I've been here. Season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Always in the front row, always with the Gator hats, always at the World Series, you name it.
I love it.
It's not a softball game if there's no Gator hats.
So glad they've made their way here. It's prime softball. Gabby Ellis in the circle, taking over.
One swing of the bat by Ava Brown can put this game in run rule territory with Mia Williams at second base.
Jammed just a little bit, pops this up. Rivers is there to make the play, and that'll hold Williams on second with 2 down. Good start for Gabby Ellis coming in. Brings up Corby Otis. Walked and scored her last time up. Yeah, if you're Mercer, you want to do everything you can to not allow Williams to cross the plate.
And if she does, then the Bears would have one more chance to redeem themselves, get a run on the board, be able to extend this game a little bit longer.
Yeah,
but Corby has to burn her in first.
Got to do something with 2 away. 8 after 5 is the rule. Speed and catching the outside for strike 1.
Nice off speed. Talking to the pitching coach for the Mercer Bears, the Alabama graduate, Courtney Gettins, so that she gets in trouble when her change is too slow or too elevated. So she has to make sure that she has a really good feel for that pitch to be successful in her debuts.
Missing inside, 3-1 count to Otis. And she will take the walk. So with 2 down, and runners on first and second. Dugout's got the routine going. Halen to the plate. Double and a walk. RBI really kept last inning going.
Alice trying hard to paint a corner while trying not to give Cahalan too much. Really good line drive ground ball to the first base side, her last at bat. But struggling to find that outer half.
Just missing outside. 3-0 count for Cahalan. And Ellis brings it right across for strike 1. Outside pitch, fouls it back. Full count for Cahalan. A starter the majority of the season, just one game not getting a start. Underneath this, opposite direction, and gets another chance. Full count with 2 away and 2 on. And connects with this one out to center field and making her way back and making the play. Langford, they get out of it, holding those runs down 7-0. Only preparing for what we're doing here. You are continuing to train and prepare to get ready for that right now as well.
I will be leaving the field today, freshening up and coming back to train.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
In the batting cage.
How
that's
are
what
you
my day will look
feeling?
like.
How are you feeling at this stage of your career? How's everything going?
I'm feeling like a grandma at my old age of 28.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, you need to maybe kick in an extra training session or something.
Yeah, no, I feel good. I feel healthy.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the key.
That is the key.
Do what you need to feel good. Drink your water, feel your body.
Yeah.
That's what these teams are doing here during the postseason.
La Ravina connects, but right out there to right field, and Shoemaker makes the play.
Ava Brown's been impressive. Coming in relief. Entered the circle in the top of the third with bases loaded, mind you. With 2 outs, scoreless game, retired the next batter up. And then when they returned, the Gators put up a 5 spot in the third. I think they feed off of Ava Brown's energy once she gets into the circle because she's all about business.
Well, she sure was. That was a tough spot, about as tough as it gets, as she jams it inside. Langford, little dribbler for out number 2. But Brown didn't give her anything on this one.
No, and it's been a quick inning thus far. Langford getting jammed up a little bit. Riley Holtorf with the cannon. Really fast transition. Getting this out, but not by much because of Langford's speed, but does the job. 2 outs for the Gators.
They had to wait a little bit. Our first game went into extra innings. Both teams were here waiting.
I just saw Holtorf make a good play at shortstop. Spent some time in the dugout as a DH earlier in the season. The freshman Gabby Comia had a whole weekend at shortstop. Coach Walton said Riley Holtorf wasn't at her best, so had Gabby Comia come in and see what she could do, but still kept Riley in the lineup.
Paris Wiggs not quite done yet for the Mercer Bears. Gets the base hit with 2 down. It's going to bring up Hitchcock to the plate. Brown just missing outside, ball 1.
We had a great interview with the players and Coach Fico yesterday. Just talked about Wiggs' growth over at first base. Asked her why she didn't get so many innings last year. Got beat out a little bit, roughed up, had to get better, and she did. Earned her spot in the lineup again this year. But Coach Fico said that she's just so tremendously proud of her and her growth. They've had some tough conversations, but overall has grown a ton and earned her spot in the lineup again.
Yeah, those are the types of things that as a coach, I'm sure you've got to be so proud when you see a player really buy in and maybe accept that there's some things she needed to work on, and she has done that and some as Hitchcock moves her to second. The base hit for Tori Hitchcock with 2 down. Mercer trying to get their bats going. Here's Grace Jones. Seen the Gators do some damage with 2 down. Mercer trying to do the same.
I love the fight that the Bears are having right now. Going up there, hacking early in the count.
Yep.
Taking their swings.
They've worked so much on their leadership, worked with the Leadership Council, worked on communication with one another. They kind of had a saying that, you know, if somebody's being down or maybe not bringing it, you say, you know, we share positive energy with this group. And it's kind of a signal of, oh, yeah, my bad. Yeah, like maybe I'm not bringing the positive, right?
Absolutely. Instead of me versus you, it's our program standards versus whatever you're going through right now. And they have a pillar. It's RISE. Got a few things under there, each acronym. Share positivity falls under the S.
Yep.
Excellence in the E.
Isabel Fernandez has come in to pinch run at first for Hitchcock. But yeah, I like the pillars, and I think things like that are so important. But swing and the miss. Jones, the strikeout.
Over into
Sure
extras.
did. Stepping in is Gabby Camilla to pinch hit for Holtorf. Freshman. You talked about her a little bit, that she got a few starts earlier in the season.
One thing I've liked about Comia is every single opportunity she's gotten, she's earned some more.
Hard shot, and it just gets past the glove of Dorval, so winning run on first.
Taking advantage of her pinch hit opportunities. Found herself in the lineup consistently at one point. Now with another pinch hit, and pinch hitting isn't an easy thing to do. You got to come off the bench, be prepared,
Yeah, great
get into that
point.
mental space, and be able to execute. That's half the battle.
She did right away, and a great start. 21 starts on the year earlier, as we said. Now her 35th game. Back to Falby, top of the lineup, opposite direction, and it's out to left field, and Harris. Camilla moves her way to second.
And Falby said, you can pinch me and come in 10 steps closer. I'll just poke it past you with some pop. She takes this pitch that's at the letters of her jersey and just completely blows it by Hedgecock at third base. Another hit on the year for Kenja Falby, the hits leader for the Florida Gators.
Nobody out with 2 on. It brings up Taylor Shoemaker. 2-run home run for Shoemaker. Back in the third. It was the big inning when the Gators really opened things up.
Coach Walton said their timing was off earlier in the game. Found it that third inning, and been all gas, no brakes ever since.
Pitch on the outside of the corner. For strike one, Gabby Ellis in the circle. And that went off the mark, 3-1 for Shoemaker. And Shoemaker will take the walk. Bases loaded. And nobody out. A tough spot for the Bears. Shoemaker on first. Falby on second. And Camilla on third. With nobody out. Jocelyn Erickson, NCAA Player of the Year last year, All-American.
You can hear the fans showing out.
They are bringing it from the get-go. And that will do it. Shot over the middle. And Camilla comes across. The 44th win this season for Florida. And their 24th by the run rule. Big bats for the Gators and the fans. Loving it.